Naked guys in nearly every room of the house. My boss brought out her proper horsewhip, and things got funnier as we now had naked man horse races in the backyard.
Hello there, welcome to the podcast. This is Not For Radio. We are your hosts, Duncan Hyde, Jay Reeve. G'day to all the snipers out there. It's good to be ripping into a Friday edition. Slightly dusty. Accidentally had a couple of too many of our Jack Daniels last night.
You know, I blame. So my wife went to this place and got this new glassware, and she wanted a big gin fucking goblet. And then we've had this 4 pillars fucking Navy strength gin. Like, no shit, it's like a 65%er. And they made it for that cruise that we went on. So I was like, I'll have a couple of those. And fuck, she even said, pump the brakes, mate. You're getting a little bit eager. And it fucking belted me.
Yeah, good on you. Great work. I decided to do some painting around the house and drink while I did it, which turns out it's fucking way better. Should have been doing it the whole time drunk. It actually looks all right this morning too. So that's why I'm a little bit dusty. But anyway, we'll get into what's on the podcast today. A reminder, you can subscribe to a couple of extra episodes a week. You can do that by clicking on the show notes. You do that through Rover. Full episodes as well. You can find some of those on YouTube. There will be another subscription going live at some point for every single piece of full episode content, if that's how you like to do your podcasts. And these bad boys sunglasses are now available through the show notes as well. This is our newfound collab.
Chuck them on. Oh, 100% more fuckable, just like that.
Jeez, they are good. I'm just looking at the screens here. They are bloody good looking sunnies, aren't they?
They're fucking good. A very good job. I'm very proud of those. The Dunc. That's your first signature model fucking anything.
Well, yeah, I guess it is. Does it count that they had the Big Mac named...
The Big Mick.
The Big Mick? Not really, because it wasn't the Big Dunk.
Yeah.
No, this is. Yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah.
So you can get them $199 Kiwi. You can send worldwide. Once again, link in the show notes. So on the podcast today, going to throw another would ya, which involves a nationwide confession in order to get a big stack of cash.
Sammy went on a big send with some naked men in Mungafai.
We've also got an update on Australian veteran Wally, who we had on the podcast a while back. He's just had a fucking wild time in hospital, not in a good way either, so we thought we'd share that story because he sent it through. Don't know how, must have been drugged up to the eyeballs, but we've got it.
Yeah. Dunk the Philistine is depicting what a pie is and what it is not.
Well, there's only one thing a pie should be, and I'm still passionate about that.
Atomic Tom, fucking MVP of the pod today.
Oh man, he's got an all-time yarn. Fuck, really breaks down what it's like to hit a big animal at pace in your car. It's unreal. And to start things off today,
this would be one to watch on YouTube so you can see the actual picture of the car.
Yes,
but we try to explain.
Well, we can put it up on the put it up on the story for on the Not For Radio Facebook and Insta as well.
Yep. Carrying diamonds across borders, and to start things off, an oldie but a goldie.
Enjoy the potty.
Jay and Dunc, Duncan and Jay, Not For Fucking Radio, up the wires.
All right, let's get into it. War story, and like we just said, lots of good stuff in the podcast today. This one from Joshua Robbins. Oldie, bit of goldie.
Nice.
Quite like that.
Rockin' Robbins.
A man walks into a bar and is shocked by meat hanging from these amazing high ceilings. He goes up to the pumps, and there is a jar on the side full of $50 notes or £50 notes. What a bizarre place, he thinks. Out comes the bartender and asks the man what he wants. The man asks for a bitter and a pack of nuts, then proceeds to inquire, "What's with the meat in the fucking jar?" the man asks. "Well," replies the bartender, "I've got a game. You stick a £50 note in this jar, and then you've got to try and slap one of these pieces of meat on the ceiling. If you manage that, you can keep the jar, and these other ones where people couldn't slap my meat. No pun intended." The man takes a few steps back, bounces on the balls of his feet, and looks for the lowest hanging meat. The man comes back to the bar and says to the bartender, who's just finished pulling his pint, "I'm not interested, thanks, mate. The stakes are too high."
You're right. That is an oldie but a goldie.
Oh, jeez, that's good.
So,
thanks,
just
Josh.
An insight into how my head's working. I'm thinking, is this something that we can roll out as a competition, take on the road? Fucking hanging meat. We just literally had butchers, and that's why we're very meat focused at the moment.
Here's my idea. So, yeah, I don't know if it's the same across the globe, but I assume it is. You do meat raffles and bars or whatever, and everyone buys a ticket and take away a fucking sweet tray of meat. What they need to do on the outside of pubs is have a lockbox refrigerator for that meat, because you fucking end up having to carry around a fucking tray of meat all night if you're on the steam. It's just admin. So you go, cool, mate, here's your PIN code. It'll be in there if you want to swing by tomorrow and grab your meat.
Oh, yeah, that is slick.
And so you could almost have like a few of them, like 5 of them on the outside of the wall.
Yeah. Someone will fucking gas axe that the first night it's there and just get a free
Yeah, but if
feed.
you're gas axing that, you might as well do an ATM. Way more cash in an ATM.
Might be doing both. How did you go getting into one of those? Harder than it looks, you said.
Oh, it was a fucking nightmare. So, got a few of the lads together, and one of them had a tow truck, so we changed the plates on it, smashed into the ATM, and then dragged the fucker about 600 metres down the road, and got the, what do you call it, the gas torch or whatever to open it up. Fucking nothing in it. Waste of time. Then old fucking Briggsy, he went away to jail for 2 years for it. Keep my name out of it, because obviously I'm in the media. It'd be bad luck for me to be ripping off ATMs.
And that's why you grew a beard.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's kind of just happened. It was more of a moustache and a funny pair of sunglasses then, to be honest, and it's kind of what it's morphed into. Shit, I've probably undone myself here, haven't I? By the way, that did not happen.
Pretty incriminating stuff there. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Ah, man, you want to do the trucks, eh? You want to drop them cash off? Well, how's that dude that messaged us a while back on the podcast? And he's literally the guy.
That's his job. He's the one with the suitcase handcuffed to his wrist.
Yeah, and they basically give him a fucking toy water pistol to defend himself.
Yeah. We were talking, there's a, where I got Anna's, my wife's engagement ring was from overseas.
Aren't you glad you don't need to buy those fucking things again?
That's just yet another reason why I'll never, ever, ever leave her, because financially I could never go through it all again.
Yeah, but if you scoop everything off the bottom of the crematorium, probably have $250,000.
At what point does the rest of that stuff melt? Anywho.
I actually read up on that the other day. We'll get into that shortly.
Tough fucking job, that. Sid used to have to do the... what are the overhauls, like the fucking refit, climb into it and scrape all the shit off the inside of the fucking incinerator.
No, I don't reckon that'd be that bad. It'd be just white ash.
Fuck that, knowing that many people have been through and barbecued. Anyway, so there's a guy who travels with these diamond houses, because basically in New York they've just got Diamond Row, and it's just fucking shop after shop after shop after shop after shop. Yeah, we would have. Yeah, we did. I think we did. And so there are people that work for those houses that buy the diamonds overseas and travel with them as carry-on luggage on the planes. And my father-in-law was flying basically London Heathrow to LA. He used to run this loop. He used to go Auckland, LA, London, Heathrow, Hong Kong, and then back. That was kind of like his 2-week stint as a captain. And he was doing a reverse out on one of those, and he said this guy came on, high profile person, sits in business class, has one guy sitting with him as like a minder, and he sits here with a briefcase, fucking literally just tied to him, like fucking handcuffed to him.
That's safer than, FedEx in it.
Yeah, well, that's
like if you've got $5 million worth of diamonds in a briefcase, you fucking better off paying for the flight and have someone handle it.
And they arrange all the going through security. They have all these different clearances. They walk through it. The fucking thing never comes off them. They don't put it on the fucking scanner, put it through the X-ray. They've got their own protocols that they go through, and that's how they're transporting them around. Because you're not going to put them into a package and send them overseas, are you? Pretty impressive stuff. Anywho, back to cooking people.
Yeah, so there was an article. Was it an article? Or was it a TikTok I was watching the other day? I think I read an article, and it basically said 2.5, 3 hours at like fucking 1,400 degrees to cook a human, and then they'll just scrape all the shit out, so it's quite crunchy. That as you know, you've probably seen ashes before. So it's super crunchy, which is all the bones, but everything else just burns off, and it's very fine ash.
There was
it's basically calcium.
Am I remembering this correctly? That there was a big fat bastard that got put into a crematorium,
Texas.
Yeah, and the fucking place caught on fire because he was just
fat fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went in the XL one and the whole thing burnt down.
Fucking hell.
And then,
would you surely just part him out? You'd part him out and chuck him in with a couple of skinny old people just to fucking take the heat out of it.
So shit like titanium hips and stuff, you don't get them back. They just go into a fucking bin that they've got there. So they scrape all the big bits out, put it in a bin, so you don't even technically get all of your loved one back.
Yeah, I wonder if that'd be quite cool to make something out of that titanium hip. you know.
Also, on that subject, did you see that news story 2 weeks ago in New Zealand? This is such a fucking stitch up, and also ruthless on people that owned houses in the area. Somehow, like a crematorium, a new one, got across the line without telling the locals. So the first they heard about it, I wonder what's going on there. They're building this joint, and then up goes this fucking ginormous chimney, and they're like, that's a bit weird. And then, of course, there's been this massive uproar since the crematorium's
No shit.
gone in. Like, imagine sitting there and you're like, looking out the window, you're watching Bloody Married at First Sight, look out the window, and then there's just fucking smoke billowing out across the road. You're like, oh. And because the chimneys are so high, it's like a mini version of the Sky Tower in Auckland. Just so many people, when if you're in a flat area, can see when people are cooking.
It must just smell like barbecue.
I reckon it'd be so hot, it wouldn't actually, I don't think it would smell like barbecue. It's too hot, 1,400 degrees.
If anybody lives near a crematorium,
There was that, no.
in Christchurch, there's the people that, you don't fucking remember, there was some person that was like, that smells delicious, someone is, and he was on the bus.
That was the story on here.
Yeah.
This is a Not For Radio yarn. And he thought there was a barbecue joint around there.
Yeah, he's a fucking...
And he'd wind down his window and take a big sniff of it and be like, fuck, that's so yum. And then he had to get the bus one day or some shit, and then the bus driver was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? That's people cooking.
Oh.
We digress.
Nah, it's pretty good, eh?
Just going to bring in,
Atomic.
as you're lucky we don't speak like the Australians, but as Curb from the Two Flogs would call it, going to bring in our switch bitch.
Atomic Tom.
So what's the, I don't know anything about this yarn, but
Yeah.
something to do with your driver's license.
Not so much to do with my driver's license, but we were sort of on the topic of that around lunch the other day, and I was saying how I sort of had a bit of a delay in getting my license because I didn't have a car to drive in because I crashed it.
So you crashed it before you got your license?
Yeah, well, no, I had my I had my restricted, but I was going for my full.
Yeah.
But no, so I was driving to work one day. So hang on, I'm just remembering.
I feel like this
it's like-
Yeah, fucking hell, look at you, just fucking shaking like a shitting dog over there on the couch, aren't you? Chippy, Showboss Tiggs has gone fucking bright red.
Nah, so I was driving out to work. I worked at New World and I worked in the bakery, so it was 6 o'clock starts. And so I left at about 5:15. It was pitch black. 2 minutes from my house, I'm rounding the corner and I smack right into 2 cows that jump out in front of me.
Oh, fucking hell!
Yeah.
Wow!
So it
How
was,
fast were you going?
Tiggs is fucking gone. Look at her, she's fucked.
I probably saw them about a second before I hit them and reckon I got to slowed down to about 75, 80 before I whacked them. But
Do they come through the windscreen? Do you clip the legs and they come up over the bonnet?
yeah, no,
Oh, you got a picture?
yeah, so
Oh, fuck
it was probably good that I hit 2 of them and not 1. Because the
Were they
sort of-
were they sight? Were they?
so if I hit 1, then I would have probably spun out. But because I hit 2, it like
It forced
So
you through the middle.
yeah,
like the
I
bottom
sort
of a
of-
pinball machine.
I didn't even cross the center line. Like I just stopped straight, like in the middle of the road.
Did you have airbags?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I went. I don't even remember like the collision. I remember seeing the cows, and then I remember like waking up and being, oh shit.
Were they dead or were they still making cow
Yeah.
noises?
So
They would have been
When I
fucking
hit-
hurt. They wouldn't have been dead.
when I hit them, it was like bowling pins, one goes. So one was on one side of the road and one was on the other side of the road.
Oh my god.
And I get out and they're both mowing. I'm like, oh shit, fuck. So first thing I do is I call my mum because this was
You know
literally
how to kill cows.
this was literally 2 minutes from my house. So I was like, I'll just call mum. So mum and dad came down and dad went up to find anyone that was working at the dairy shed at that time. And when he was going down there, he almost hit like 3 other cows.
Oh shit.
So he was like, oh shit. But we got a guy out there and he was, I don't know where the hell these came from because they didn't wander from the shed or anything. And later on, this farmers searched and there was no gates open. So they reckon it might have been like a rogue worker that was upset, maybe got fired and let them out. But so
Were
we
they
got
milking? Were they milking cows or were they
They're-
beefies?
No, they were milking cows that I had. They were pitch black as well, like no white on them. So I had no chance of seeing them. But
Do you not drive with your lights on?
I had my lights on. It was, for context, it was around a corner. It was
Yeah,
around
okay.
a corner. They were on the side of the road, and as they saw me coming, they got spooked and jumped out.
Oh,
So like,
man.
and it was
Impossible.
also raining. So like, yeah, the conditions weren't that great. But
Fucking nightmare.
Weren't favourable for dodging cows that morning.
but yeah.
What's
so,
the damage on the car's complete write-off, obviously.
Yeah, no, she's pretty
And then,
fucked.
and how do you pull up out of when you? After
I
smacking the cow?
was miraculously pretty okay. I had maybe a little bit of pain in my back, but like I got an X-ray later and it was fine. It was just like
unreal.
maybe a bruise or something.
Do you think?
Fucking
did you,
tenderizer.
did you? How far forward did you go after hitting them, or did the car just stop?
It was like hitting a brick wall. It was like a like I said, like smashing into two of them probably was a good thing because I sort of just maybe I skidded like 3 meters, but like I wasn't very far from where I initially hit them.
Did you even tap the brakes? Did you go, you're fucked?
I tapped them last minute. Like I reckon I don't think I was going 100 because I was going around a corner and it was like quite rainy at that time. But I reckon I tapped them just as I hit them. Like I thought I'd gone. The visibility was so bad that I thought I'd plowed for a whole herd of them. So when I got out, I was like, oh shit, like 2's not that bad. I thought for some reason like the farmers had got them and was like walking them down the road.
Am I
walking them
right
across the
in
road.
saying as well, if you were on your restricted, then you were driving before 6 a.m., which means you didn't get insurance for your car?
Well, you know, I think we sort of just, our neighbor, like we know him and stuff, he sort of just like paid for it. He's like, oh, I'm real sorry, guys.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but the cops showed up and they were like, fuck, we got to deal with these cows now because they need to be put down. But the cop was like, oh, I don't really want to put them down because that's a lot of paperwork. So he gets the worker that came out to like see the whole situation, like, oh, could you go back and get your pellet gun and shoot them?
A pellet gun?
Yeah, well, it's like the cop was like, we've got to be ethical about it. Apparently he didn't want to use a shotgun or something like that. So
Yeah, shotgun wouldn't be great, but fuck, there must be something. There must be a fucking centerfire, a rimfire or something.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting to that part because once he shot them, half an hour later, one of them started mooing again. So, yeah, so it wasn't really, probably the best idea. So I think my dad went back to the house and got his a better gun than a pellet gun and put it down for good, and then he came back with a tractor and cleared the whole scene. So so I sort of just called out work and was like, I'm not going to be in today. But yeah,
Just want to transfer to the butchery.
yeah, well, I had steak that night, so
Yeah, it's a victory steak, that one there. It's top of the food chain
Shit.
steak.
yeah.
You're lucky because if like I've come around a corner on my motorbike and had cows in the middle of the road, and
have you?
that's fucked. Hitting, and I was punching it too to get down to the Coromandel.
What'd you do?
Just locked up and went off the road. Didn't drop the bike, but just locked up and skidded straight past them. They were just fucking.
Were you in the grass and you still didn't lose it?
No, just off the side where the gravelly berm bit is.
Yeah, see a
so
bit
you
of
know
road.
when you'll know the fucking corner. So if you're cutting through Miranda Kiowa and there's a little cafe just before you get down into the Miranda Flats, and it's like a 35k corner. And so if it was any other part of the road or any quicker corner, because it was nighttime and or like sort of dusk, and so normally I'd just be fucking wide open, 60, 70 k's through a 25k corner, and
Allegedly.
allegedly. Well, it's the speed limit. Still the speed limit. It's
No,
just
they put it on a sign.
it's an indication as to how quick
I
you
don't
should
know.
go around
I
the
think
corner.
that's law, isn't it? Thank you, Tomic. Oh, we got the photo.
Oh, you did shat on your windscreen. Did it shit when you hit it?
Well, like, yeah. Well, if you have a look at it, like
shit
the
everywhere.
driver's side is completely fine though, but like clearly, like the arse of one has gone up over the windscreen, like.
It's exploded shit onto the
Yeah.
front bumper, like all over it.
Here's a look
And then it's also shat a second time as it's rolled over the windscreen. And then I think on the other side, the driver's side, it looks like that's where you punctured the jugular because there's a fuck ton of blood.
Yeah.
Was there quite a bit of blood on the? Fuck! They crumpled your car.
I thought it would
What
have
sort
been
of
worse,
car
to be
was it?
honest.
It was like a Corolla or something, like maybe a 2004 or something.
Great.
I'd only had it for like a couple months, to be honest, but like, yeah, me and my mates had a whole joke because all of us got sort of white cheap Corolla thingies when we first got our licenses, and all of us crashed them. Like I think it was like 4 or 5 of us.
Now everyone owns Hilux surfs with bull bars.
Where did you grow up?
In Invercargill, yeah.
So
This was,
you were in
down
Inver.
south, yeah.
Shit.
So just surrounded by dairy farms. We were just on a sheep farm, so was driving to work and just smack.
Atomic. Next bit we're going to play is a bit that I found. Something that has actually annoyed me for ages, but I hadn't quite realised it was annoying me. So and you'll probably be like, there's different types, because you're a foodie. But fucking pies that aren't pies.
Such as?
So when you go...
What is the definition of a pie? It would be a filling encased in pastry.
Yes. To me, yes.
Yes.
But how sometimes you'll go out and you'll see a pie on the menu and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get a motherfucking pie. I'm going a bit rogue here. I'm going a bit like stock standard even though I'm out somewhere flash.
Yeah.
And then they'll bring it out in a ceramic like bowl.
With a pastry top.
With a pastry top, and the rest of it is... So you've basically just served up stew...
Yeah.
with a fucking lid on it.
That was initially that's how a pie was.
Yeah, some things are mistakes. And when it's got fucking better, don't go back to serving up worse.
There'll be people all throughout England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales that are going, how else do you have a fucking pie other than in a ceramic pot with a pastry lid?
So, and the reason this started annoying me is because this popped up in my feed.
Sometimes they offer you a pie, but there's no pastry, oh how they lie. Spuds are a little bit too absorbent. You need the pastry, it's most important in a restaurant. When it's on the menu, your eyes light up and only then you realise that you've been deceived. This isn't the pie that you believed. It's a casserole with stuff on top.
He's right.
No crispy shell to cut the slop. I want a suet crust that's underneath, holding bits of softened beef. That's not pie. That's not pie. Another thing that I shan't forgive is when the pastry is just a lid. You need the crust that's all around in order for your pie to be sound when you're making a tasty concoction. Will you choose the puff or short crust option? It's short crust for me. A pie must be all encasing. The pastry holds in the nice things. And one thing that we should work on stopping is using it only as topping. 'Cause that's not pie. That's not pie.
It's not a fucking pie.
I
Do you
could-
like a shepherd's pie, though? Do you like a fish pie?
I fucking hate tuna pie, fish pie, yuck. Nah. You know how I've told you about...
Have you ever had a fucking good one, though? Like, have you had, and this is, you see, you're going, fuck off. There's a smoked fish pie from the
This
Bake Shack.
motherfucker made me eat an ox heart today. Told me it's going to be better than Scotch fillet.
Well,
Was it?
nah, it's better than I fill it, though. Yes, it's fucking
Probably got a
delicious.
little bit more flavour. I didn't like the texture.
It's-
Back
yeah.
to the fish pie thing, because I've got
Fish pie.
strong opinions on
Yeah,
fish pie
so
as well.
if you have like fish pie can be done shithouse. Like my mum used to do, like this was her signature dish, and my mum's never going to listen to this podcast, so it doesn't. I can be brutally honest. Her fish pie consisted of curried rice, boiled eggs, a fucking big tin of smoked tuna fish or smoked fish in a fucking can, and then like a bechamel sauce. But it was like, it was the weirdest concoction, and she used to make it in like a casserole dish.
Yep.
Great cheese over top of it, and it wasn't shit.
But it's not good.
But
Is
when you
your
go-
mum a similar cook to my mum? So they can cook most things, but none of it's amazing. But most, like, they can cook borderline anything.
Mum fucking hates cooking.
Okay, so that's why
Yeah.
my mum quite likes it, but she's just like awesomely average.
Mum's real good. Like she'll make like fucking like massive blueberry muffins and like delicious. She can make heaps of delicious shit. She's just now she's got fucking all the time in the world in her hands, but she's on the farm teaching, being a parent, all those things at the same time.
Oh,
There's no way.
impossible.
And so after all that shit, then she gets home and like, what's for fucking dinner? There'd have been some home kill sausages that have been fucking marinating in the sink all day. They'll get thrown under the grill, chucked in with some fucking broccoli that's had the absolute life boiled out of it. A couple of spuds that have been in the same pot. Shut the fuck up, eat it, go to bed. But fish pie, once again, I guarantee I could get you a fish pie that you'd just be like, holy fuck. You know what else is fucking wild? We had a seafood lasagna.
Whoa.
That was Showboss Teagues is going, get fucked. This thing.
What is that white? Is it white sauce that they put on it?
Bechamel sauce, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That can be done well.
Oh, amazingly well, yeah.
And back to the fish pie.
Roux sauce.
I just think you don't use smoked fish if you're going to do it. That just fucks the whole flavour profile.
No, you can, but you want to get like a smoked kahawai or something, or smoked marlin, or smoked fucking, like an oily fish that goes really, really well.
I want no part. I'm fucking slightly dusty there. I want no part of this.
It's delicious. And also, we should go for dinner. We have a team dinner at Farina, and we'll get the guy to do that. I've had it once in my life, and I was like, oh, that sounds fucking pretty questionable.
The seafood lasagna?
Yeah, seafood lasagna. And I was like, holy fuck, it is one of the tastiest things I've ever had.
Well, I will try things if you make me, like the ox heart today.
Good on you. Fuck, Teagues has buffed it. Oski,
what do you think, Teagues?
I think that the only thing which saved it was the delicious seasoning on it.
Yeah, rum and Q makes most stuff taste quite
if
delicious.
that wasn't on it, I don't think I would have really liked it. It took so long to chew it.
By the way, if you're into meat and you like barbecue and stuff, rum and Q, as in QUE, I would say world leading with their rubs.
Yeah.
Like there's no one that comes close to them here in New Zealand, and we've tried quite a few international rubs and stuff as well. They are just on another level. So if you want to
we've basically got rum and Q, 4 Saucemen, and Cullies.
And if you want, to purchase some and you want to put up the shipping, but you're a massive barbecue fan, you will not be disappointed at all. All of their shit is unbelievable.
Hey, you know what I want to try? The fucking enhancer rub that he just pulled out. It's just called enhancer.
Jay looks at me and goes, MSG. He's like, ooh, fucking heaps.
Yeah, that's how you make shit taste good.
You put that on your salad.
Keep steaming, legends.
Just a quick update on a person we put in the Mad Dog Club and actually ended up being a whole episode of Not For Radio a couple of episodes back. It was
Wally?
Yeah, Wally.
Fuck me. If you haven't heard that story.
Oh, man. Wait until you hear this update. So he's Australian war vet, for those that don't know. But also, if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to the episode. And then this update will make more sense. So he sent this on Sunday. Hey guys, just a quick update on my situation. I had the shots, as you know, in the spine because he's got real bad back pain. The neurosurgeon called straight away when he got all the information together. On Monday the 3rd, I was sent in to get a pre-op scan and x-rays and blood tests on the Tuesday. The doctor then received all that related information back on the Thursday morning. Called Kim and said take him to St. Vincent's Private Hospital on Sunday, the 8th. Rah-de-rah-de-rah. Because apparently I have not 1, not 2, but 4 discs out of my neck that need to be replaced with titanium.
Holy shit.
So he thought it was 1. He was in mega back pain, like the most horrific shit ever.
Yeah, because there's an IED that blew up and fucking threw him against a brick wall. Just like imagine grabbing a human body and branding them against a brick wall.
So I turn up in my Crocs shorts and my flat peak cap, and they strip me down, brief me, and start Mr. Scribble all over my neck. I say goodbye to Kim. They wheel me away, and it's all going to be okay. Just off to sleep, and you'll wake up in recovery. 2.5 hours later, feeling a bit sore, but other than that, fucking sweet as. I call bullshit straight away, he says. Firstly, they couldn't knock me the fuck out. It was getting a few laughs from the attending staff. I heard one say, has this ever happened before? I ended up saying, just push it in quicker, and then I was out. Now, one good point, I woke up, but the rest was bullshit. There was a complication during the operation. The discs that were stuffed, they took 4 instead of 3. Also, they damaged my vocal cords in the process, so now I sound like a cross between the Chipmunks and Randy Travis. Anyway,
Fucking poor bastard.
oh man, he's been through
Because
the
they go through the front of you, not the back of you.
Yeah, so my sister's having a similar operation in a couple of months, costing $9,000. Anyway, we go with this yarn. I was wheeled into my private room. I was stoned as Snoop Dogg at his own concert, and then I passed out. Then I woke up at 6:30 that night, and I was by myself, not knowing where the fuck I was. Blood tube out of my throat. I can't talk. I went into immediate PTSD panic mode. I hit shit until someone came in. They explained where I was and what had happened. I asked, where is my wife? They looked at each other in horror. They hadn't fucking called her. I did. She was sent into the wrong building and had been waiting there for over 4.5 hours. Anyway, Kim finds her way up and I hand the phone to the nurse. This is not the worst part, though. So I can't talk properly, doing half sign language and interpretive dance moves on a bed to explain to Kim to get us the fuck out of this room. It's 1,000 degrees in the room. There is a sign on the wall near her that says basically I'm fucked for a week and it's 35 degrees. And it's not getting any cooler. I have a sweat-shaped human body underneath me on the bed. They end up drugging me out of my sleep, and out I sleep. Just my jocks with wet face washes over me. The morning after waking up every 40 minutes or so, I worked out I couldn't swallow. I hit the nurse button. She came in and felt my throat was swollen, then hit the big fuck off red button on the wall. Next minute, I was getting rushed into ICU. They CAT scanned me and dove some needles into my throat, watched the swelling go down. Once they were happy and my surgeon turned up and asked my wife I asked why my wife hadn't been called again. Holy shit. I got upgraded. First class all the way, baby. New room with aircon. Got a sponge bath from my darling wife, of course. All was good in the world. I was even talking a little bit better. But as my luck has it...
Oh, fuck.
Kim was in the process of washing my face and pushed back my head, not thinking, and I went straight into a vacant seizure. 1.46 seconds later, I'm back. She's crying, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong? She explained, and I said I don't care, and then we moved on. Next minute, she starts washing my privates, which any red-blooded male thinks this is a bit all right. However, she dried the old boy off, put my boxes on the ground so I can step into them. She pulls them up, gently pushes me back on the bed, and hit one of the needles in my right arm. Yep, you guessed it. Seizure number 2. 40 seconds later, I tell her it's fine. I'm all good, but she's already hit the nurse buzzer. She then has to explain all of my seizure types, long conversations. I fall asleep, wake up to a nurse putting antibiotics into another, what is that word?
Cannula.
Cannula in my left hand. She need me to move table towards to support my arm better. As I pushed, I wasn't strong enough to lift my own fucking arm up, and the table edge pushed the outer case of the capsula further into my hand. Yep, seizure number 3. When I woke up this time, I near fucking shit myself. I was like an animal at a fucking zoo. There would have been 20 people in my room, all listening to the head surgeon and taking notes. I was under for 1.56 seconds, 4 seconds longer, and I was going to ICU apparently. How's your Sunday going, guys?
Fuck me.
I'm now in a room by myself at 6:30 p.m. I've had my first bit of food since Friday night at 8 p.m. Kim's going back to the hotel for some well-earned rest. But as I said, if I didn't have bad luck, I would have fuck all luck. But hey, heaps of ice cream. Man.
Mate.
He's been through the ringer. The thing that I still can't wrap my head around, I was actually legitimately thinking about this morning when I was like, must read that out as an update because people will probably give a fuck about Wally and how he's getting on. How, in a heartbeat, he would go back into the military if he could.
Yeah.
It was a split second. He's like, I'd fucking be there in a heartbeat.
If he would pass, if he would get medical clearance, he is that fucking prideful and proud and patriotic of his country that he would go back in.
And we love the camaraderie.
Totally.
As well, which is a big thing for him. So thank you, Wally, for that update. Jay, you got a war story, then we'll do a would ya?
This is a David Longy.
Fuck it, it's a Friday. Let's get it
Let's go. That's the fucking attitude I was after. That fucking piss fridge is getting the lock smacked off it with a crowbar as soon as we leave here.
Good. That'll get
My
rid of
11-year-old's going to learn how to drive. The butt-naked busboys. G'day, lads and ladettes. Long-time listener, first time sending a yarn. Here's a bit of a David Longy for your ear holes. Now, I come from the land of the long white cloud, but have gypsied my way over to the great state of Western Australia, where I've been for over a decade now. I used to listen to the rock radio station back in the day, I think around when Dunc started, so long-time fan Dunc.
2007.
While the old radio show got me through my work days. Nowadays, you boys get me through my fibromyalgia. a real kind of an autoimmune disease that has pushed me to near full disability and has made me have to completely rethink my life. Fibromyalgia is fucking horrendous. My mother-in-law sometimes you can move through it, but she had to go on like all this different fucking medication. It was horrible. So I feel for you. That's shit house. Just a quick shout out. You boys have no idea how much you brighten this lady's day. It's so very appreciated, especially when life is a bit rough. What you boys have done is incredible, and the whole team deserve a big fucking cheer. Cheer.
Good work, team.
You've created this wicked community of like-minded, funny as fuck people through laughter and just fucking great yarns. You boys make me proud to be a Kiwi.
Oh.
So big ups to the amazing shit you've put together here, guys. Big ups, ka pai. Now, this story involves a girl. Let's call her Sam, because that's my fucking name.
Nice.
Everyone else shall remain nameless in this story, as you'll see. Some might not want to be associated with such shenanigans. Hee. A while back, Jay mentioned Mungify, and old mate Keg. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
I spent half my childhood roaming the streets of Mungas. My mates and I were absolute beach bums, and crazily, Keg was in charge of us Groms when I joined the surf club. So just fucking paint the picture. Keg, a very good friend of mine, we did the Pro Longboard tour together for 10 years, and we commentated on it. He's a lifelong surf lifesaving member. He holds world surf lifesaving records. Just the fucking greatest bloke you ever meet. He's the man. Hilarious as fuck. Fond memories of him all over the country. We've literally fucking travelled to basically every beach in New Zealand, and he's fucking made me piss my pants at every single one of them. Anywho, this didn't last long for me, as I would soon discover drinking and partying, which seemed far more fun than sitting around watching people being dumb, swimming everywhere they're not fucking supposed to. Meanwhile, I'm drinking chocolate milk to cure my hangover. Actually, probably explains the lactose issues I have now, come to think of it. Nothing better than a cold Choco Primo, baby. I digress. The story I came to tell is about a wild night that started with my friend playing a round of Red Black, which is a card drinking game. So it's fucking literally the shittest gambling game ever. You have a deck of cards and you say what the next card is going to be, red or black, and then they flip it over and put it down. If you get it right, you don't have to drink.
If you get it wrong,
you fucking drink, and you keep drinking until you get it right. When my boss rings me giddily, get down here now. I was her live-in nanny at the time and had a weekend off. She worked at the tavern and was laughing down the phone. So the Mungify Tavern, famous drinking establishment in New Zealand. It's fucking great bit of kit. Actually co-owned by Machu from 660.
Is it?
Yeah, him and his old man. There's a bunch of guys here with their dicks out. Get down here. They'll buy you a drink. So being the curious creatures we were, we headed down the road, already slightly pre-marinated, to one of our favourite weekend party spots, the trusty Mungify Tavern. As we walked towards the front door of our local, I can still remember the sweet aroma of stale alcohol crusted into the carpet. It hadn't been changed in over 20 years. Such a wonderful reminder of all of our favourite bands playing and us going fucking ham in the crowd while we splashed our drinks around like sprinklers riding racehorses.
Great visuals.
Somehow simultaneously headbanging and making our hips swing, said like Savage, yeah. Swing. It's actually quite an art to master dancing this way and not spilling your piss. I digress again. As we braced ourselves for what we expected to be a couple of creepy geezers with their todgers out, we were both pleasantly surprised to see two very good-looking lads with their peckers flopped out, laying so nicely on our favourite bar, beside two drinks my boss was pouring us. I believe the words stunned mullets would best describe the looks on our faces. The naked busboys, a bachelor party made up of half a dozen lads who had decided to do a pub crawl, with the rule being you must get naked wherever you go. No matter the situation, you must try and strip off. See how long till they're kicked out. Safe to say, they had been kicked out of fucking many places, many local restaurants, bars, cafes, shops. Basically, they tripped around the coastline, stripping down at every opportunity. I believe this was the era when puppetry of the penis came out, and seeing penises in the wild had become more accepted. Side note, I have another story about meeting one of the guys from Puppetry of the Penis. If you're keen to hear it, let me know. Yes, very keen to hear that story. Fuck, I went out on a massive night with the puppetry of the penis lads. We fucking punched on with some dudes. It was awesome.
What?
Someone bumped.
Note for Monday's podcast.
Yeah, how fucking the puppetry of the penis dude bet the fuck out of this person. It was awesome. Beep. Oh, where are we? So where were they from? I'm unsure. Where were they going? I'm also unsure. I cannot recall any names, and things are a little hazy, I'm guessing, because of the copious amounts of alcohol that was consumed. So we walk in. 2 schlongs are on the bar. There are other guys walking around with just no pants on, and after picking our shock jaws up off the crispy carpet, we sucked down a couple of bevies and got to chatting. And after hearing of the chaos that they had left in their wake, the manager came over and politely asked them to leave. As they had a great kids area for the families to enjoy, but parents weren't too keen on the picnic table full of unpantsed patrons. Why? I will never know. Anywho, we were invited to come along for a few more drinks and a swim. Crazily, we climbed in one of those smaller rent-a-bus 4 seats, 4 bench seats in a row with these pants unknown, completely naked group of boys. Fuck, brave. I could only describe it as some sort of wild American spring break vibe, boys gone wild sort of shit. It was hilarious. We sat in our seats, beers in hands, just pissing ourselves as we watched all the boys' bits bouncing around the bus like a cup of bouncy balls dropped in a plastic tub. I've never laughed so much in my fucking life. Music blasting, people knew they were coming, and everybody couldn't help but look out every window. Was fucking bums, elbows, heads, whatever they could fit out of those tiny little fucking sliding doors. Anyone driving or walking past was not only flashed but invited to join the naked fun, driving around leaving a trail of stunned or cracking up faces everywhere they went. Now, being such a beautiful day in Mungas, there were many spots that we could head to for a dip, but the first place we come to is the Causeway Bridge. So the Causeway Bridge is the fucking big bridge just as you're getting into town, which happened to be one of the busiest roads in our little town. But it was summer holidays and the roads were fucking pumping, cars every few seconds. This is where our new exhibitionist friends caused quite a kerfuffle. People were stopping to laugh and join in the bomb comp that quickly started. Now imagine let's say Norma, because that's her fucking, I don't actually know her name, comes driving down the road off to pick up her milk from the Foursquare, and there's half a dozen fucking butt-naked young men streaking all over the road and flying off the bridge. They kindly invited her to party, to which she angrily refused. Safe to say, old Norma was quick to call the popo, and it was time to move the party on. We ended up back at my boss's place. Kids were away, just FYI. Which is now very blurry, but the main images I have burned into my memory box are naked guys in nearly every room of the house. My boss brought out her proper horsewhip, and things got funnier as we now had naked man-horse races in the backyard. With the boys itching to burn something, they decided to invite us to their camp. Now, somehow, again, it was only the 2 of us girls, but a different friend this time, and we were off again in the bouncy, bouncy bus. I still don't know where exactly it was that they took us, super safe, and I'm not certain that they knew either, but before we knew it, we're driving through a farm gate, parking next to an old farm shack. It is unknown if they knew the landowners. Everyone piled out of the bus, started setting up camp. Needless to say, the night got crazier with the tent up. Music pumping, bonfire raging. It wasn't long till us 2 girls, very well marinated by this time, decide to bet each other. Who would sacrifice the most clothes to the fire?
Oh, no.
Being that we didn't wear much back then, it didn't take fuck all for us, and we were both naked as the day we were born. This ramped the party up a couple of notches. My favourite memory is looking up on the roof to see one of my best mates, Starkers, beer in hand, reaching out for the sky, cheersing everyone as she pops a squat and takes a piss right up there on the roof. We're pretty happy to be let feral, and we sang and danced around the fire till the wee hours of the morning, and things then got far less fun for us as it got cold. And did I mention we threw our clothes in the fire? So we piled in a tent, snuggled up till the next morning, stealing random shorts and tees off the floor of the bus. We got dropped off back at my boss's house, And like any great walk of shame, the local bros were out building the houses next door and spotted us. Emerging from this bus, an oversized, clearly not ours attire, cans and bottles overflowing out the door, looking and feeling like we'd let the leftover remnants of the bonfire from the night before, and very quietly waved goodbye, all hoping to never see each other again. My friend and I crawled very gingerly inside to die a slow hung dog death, still a top highlight reel in my life's memory box. Okay, that's enough from me. Till next time, up the wires, love the potty, go long, go hard. Much aroha, Sam.
Yeah, that's great. It's fucking
Well done.
core memory unlocked.
Yeah.
One of those days when you, like, it's the random days that are the best days, eh? You just completely unplanned. You're, whoa, 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 they're going to warn us.
You just go, yes, 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 and before you know it, you're fucking halfway to Alaska on a Russian fishing trawler with no passport, and you're stuck on board.
That's pretty good, eh?
Right, to finish up, would ya? So you get $1 million, but to receive it, you have to go on live national television and admit to a crime you didn't do. Nothing serious, like not murder or anything, but enough to make your life awkward. Like, I don't know, maybe you do a nationwide confession to shitting in a pool.
Oh, that'd be a piece of cake. I was thinking something more along the lines of being caught fucking an animal or something.
Or faking a disability for in order to get sympathy.
Right,
Stealing from a charity tin.
all water off a duck's back for me.
So you do it?
Yeah, fucking A.
It's $1 million.
$1 million is $1 million.
Yeah, I'm with you. That'll do it for today. We haven't even talked about our weekends. Do that on Monday in the Sniper Elite episode. You can get a couple of extra episodes a week by becoming Sniper Elite and supporting the podcast. Shitloads of you guys have been doing that, and we appreciate it. And we're back on Apple. So if you're listening on Apple,
I get a message
internationally, we're back, baby. You can jump off Spotify. Jump back on Apple if you want to. Whatever, doesn't really matter to us. Just whatever's easiest.
Yeah, I'm very excited tonight. I get to take one of my sons to his first ever gig, and we're going to see She-Had in the second ever time that they will play. They've got second to last time, yeah, that they're going to play, which is going to be a monumental occasion for the wee man.
Yeah, I'm still tossing up whether or not I'm going to go to that. I blew out and wore bloody Crocs and shorts to work, which is not concert going attire, and then we got given 8 sacks full of meat from the butchers, and I'm like, well, that needs to go home as well, so possibly we'll be shooting home after to get changed and make that work.
I don't even know what time it starts. I'm fucking looking forward to it though, and then I'll drive through the night.
Have a great weekend. Don't forget, link in the show notes for our new sunglasses with newfound cool collab, not for Radio Sunnies, if you want to get amongst and look like a slick motherfucker. Have a great weekend. Go well, go long, go dick!
Up the fucking wires.